it's love they use.
Manifested by elements ethereal, I knew of terrestrial material, intertwined celestials of imperial, infiltrating corporation of oppressive serial. Resilience is something like a miracle, observing kinfolk and draconian criteria. The more equipped for ascension, the more one seems to be treated as inferior. Dr. Umar said, the white man's heaven here, the Asian man heaven here, the Arabic man heaven here. But the black man heaven fit. The black man heaven fit, cause it lies in death. Release from the karma debt, release from all the stress, release what we don't confess. In order to live, I guess we must be bodiless. Makes me wonder, if we made out of greatness most fit for this plane, then why we the most hated? Why we the most hated? Was I in court waiting for my sentence? Listening to a witness accuse me of unfitness to remain in these cosmic dimensions? Is that why we repent and we ask for forgiveness? The hours and days, they feel repetitious. Oppressive energy soaking up my minutes. Purple haze blowing smoke on my grimace. Another nobody traveling out of limits. Exiled from cosmos as penance. Or maybe this time it's just the intermission. Like Jesus' chapters that went missing. Traveling and gaining knowledge between the dimensions. Christ consciousness bringing me ascension. Kundalini flows up now, where are my intentions? So don't cry for me when my time is risen. Sing some praises, cause you know that I made it. And know you're all my extensions. Yes, you're all my extensions. really feel like showing my face. So I'm just gonna do the sounds. Alright, so here we is. We usually go over this. What is a natal chart? These are the planetary placements when you're born. All living beings have an electromagnetic field. You have multiple electromagnetic fields that create a grander scale electromagnetic fields, whether it's from the tropical, which is your thought process, the vedic, your vibration, or the draconic, which is the whisper of your soul, the vibration of your soul, the underlining energy. You have a bunch of numbers around you. Your life path number is the overall contract you have here, what exactly you're supposed to be doing. And the planets and things are just the alignments of energies, basically tools that you have in your possession to assist you in getting to where you want to be, where you need to be, and things like that. What are chakras? Chakras are energy wheels or energy centers. Chakras have chakras that have chakras that have chakras that have chakras. So, you're such an infinite being. All your physical parts of yourself have non-physical parts, which are energetic parts. This is also an alignment that we can make with the electromagnetic field of the stars. And you'll see that alignment as we go along. This is just a nice little show of the alignment of the planets, the numbers, the zodiac energy, the chakras, the Kabbalah's tree of life, the Netaru's tree of life. Um, yeah. And here at Let's Know Bodies, we recognize that there is a masculine and feminine side to your chakras, and that's fun. The masculine side is your external self. I'm just making sure y'all can hear me. But the masculine side is your external self, your outward self, what you show people, your experience, etc. The internal side of your chakras is like the internal work, the internal self, the inner experiences, if you will. Uh, and so here you see on this side of the spectrum of things, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. These are all the internal energies of these chakras. Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, Leo. These are all external sides of the chakras. And as we get into it, you'll see the alignments of things. And then we have the names and their elements. We actually recognize 5 elements here, and ether being the 5th one, which is in alignment with Jupiter. Uh, these are the 4 that we have on the same thing. And this is the astrocartography chart. So just like you have an electromagnetic field over you, at the time you were born, there was an electromagnetic field over the entire map as we know it. Giving you a feel for the different kind of experiences, the different kind of energy that you would have, the different kind of inner experiences that you would have going across the globe, going across the map, with the electromagnetic field of that area in alignment with your personal electromagnetic field. And you would do this from like your natal chart or your progressive chart. Progressive chart is more present, unless you just feel like you haven't grown and you're still in your natal space, which is fine. And it's nice to have an alignment of both because you are both. And if you guys have been tapped into Sunday school or Sunday service, you guys will, be able to recognize, the alignment of your physical, how close you are to, Earth or whatever. You got the first dimension in the center of the Earth, second dimension on the crust. The third is your third dimension. The fourth dimension is your heart. When we start utilizing the crown chakra and getting tapped into our higher self, we get into the 5th dimension. So a lot of us have, entered our 5th dimension, and that's dope. And then some of you guys have even started to ascend and astral project, channel down, get into your stellar gateway, your connection with the universe and cosmic energy, through like 6th, 7th, and 8th dimension, and you can keep going from there. We have 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th dimension keeps going out of yourself, but that's when we start to get into your auric body, all your auric bodies. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and that's why I do energy awareness sessions. My intentions are to give you awareness of all these bodies, not just your physical, but your auric bodies as well. And I really enjoy doing that with you guys. Hold on one second. I'm trying to, I do everything at one time because God forbid I do everything one at a time. That's no fun. So you join me for the natal chakra therapy. We're gonna get you all up in your physical and in your auric body. You heard me. This is the heliocentric model, showing the sun going straight forward and everybody's moving around it, some high, sometimes you're ascending, sometimes the planets are descending, sometimes they're moving very slow, compared to the other planets, nice little ziggy zaggy action around. I like this model because this model shows me where the sun is relation to the earth. So right now we have the sun in Cancer Leo, so the earth is in Capricorn Aquarius. All right, and the more the sun moves towards Leo, and this is in regards to the Vedic chart. The more the sun more moves to Leo, the more the earth moves towards Aquarius. So we have our sun, starting to move more towards Aquarius energy. The sun will be entering the Leo constellation, I believe around the 16th or 17th. We'll get into that. As far as on the tropical, our thoughts, how we think things are, the sun is in moving towards Virgo energy. So as the sun is moving towards Virgo zodiac, Earth is moving towards Pisces zodiac. So, we move towards Aquarius Pisces. So this is the slide that talks about the zodiac energies of other cultures, which can be definitely a good time. We are in the year of platinum, which is the year of 7. We're dealing with social and business exploration. Design and fashion is on the forefront of things. As far as the West African, I know this is out of date, so let me give y'all the up to date. Is the cola nut, and this is from the 5th of August to September 3rd, and the happiest and most optimistic time. Sensual, greedy, fun, can like boundaries, must master your passion. So this is the time to master your passions. Um, the woodpecker, yeah, we're really out of date, huh? Now this is the Native American zodiac energy, and we are currently in the salmon energy, which is a creative journey at least once in your life, focused and determined strengths of logic as well as detachment. So learning how to detach from people, place, things that don't serve you is good. And then we're in the year of the rabbit. So I'm gonna update these two before I start doing the astrological report. I know I've been sleeping on the astrological report. Honestly, I'm more in tune with the Vedic chart than I am with the tropical right now. So while some of y'all are in y'all heads and it feel like Leo to y'all, I'm in my vibration and it's really been feeling like, Cancer to me still. So I've been going inward. But anyway, we are still in the year of rabbit, which is all about intuition, inner peace, patience, luck, and prosperity. And just thinking through things before you start acting on them. Now let's get started on the root chakra as a collective. The root chakra, of course, is run by Saturn energy. You can align your personal Saturns, whether you want to align your tropical, your Vedic, your tropical progressive, your Vedic progressive, your draconic progressive, all of that. You can align that with these energies and make your charts, etc., etc. All right. So we get into the numbers of things. You got the space of freedom, and then being a leader amongst the collective transformations in that realm. Coming into a 9 of karmic energy. So Saturn is in Pisces at the moment. We talked about that through and through about Saturn, being in Pisces. In the 11th house ruled by Pisces on the transit chart. In my personal, it's in the 7th house, so it's in a strong house. Saturn and Pisces. So like it's kind of like creating like challenges in that realm of whether you're the manipulator or you're the one being manipulated. So you'll see like a lot of people that are used to being the
illusionist, if you will, scrambling to maintain their power, scrambling to keep up their magic and the illusions that they've created. And then you'll see those that have been, under the guise of illusion and stuff, start to quote unquote, untie themselves with that energy or whatever, right? Undo themselves with that energy. And it's uncovering like the secret agendas, because Pisces energy is all about secrets, right? Secret agendas, things hidden beyond the horizon, different spaces of authority, and the people that have been in your space pretending to be a person of authority but not so much. Right now we're focusing on that in our social awareness space. Like we seen what happened, in Alabama. That's a perfect example. Like just watching how everybody is absorbing and regurgitating, what they're absorbing from that. Some of people are still under their own illusions of things, but as the dialogue expands, different things coming out. I see a lot more young folks getting into the illusions of money, the illusions of authority and IRS, the illusions that the US Incorporated has created. I see some people waking up from the illusions that other incorporated empires and governments and nations and whatever, have created around them, and they're waking up from that energy. um, that's all Saturn. It's creating challenges in your space to wake you up from certain illusions, certain, indoctrinations and things like that. And yes, it is a challenge. It's not fun to go through these things, but know that they're working for you in your favor. Saturn is in Pisces, so it's moving really slow, giving you guys time to catch up, dragging the feet a little bit for y'all. So we move in gratitude for that. In the Vedic chart, as far as your vibration goes, you know Saturn is showing y'all how to let go of some of these things in your vortex. Aquarius energy comes with this realm of knowledge and awareness, but this knowledge and awareness causes you to learn how to detach and let go in a healthy manner, not so much as in like a I hate it here kind of manner or whatever, which is fun. So, let Saturn give you that, give you the challenges that you need in your vibration and your vortex and stuff to show you that it's okay to let go of people, places, things, and ideas that no longer serve you. This is in the 10th house. So being tapped into this Aquarian energy is going to bring you much success. Now, in the root chakra on the feminine side, we don't have any placements there, but on the masculine side, we do have Pluto there. Pluto is also in retrograde, slowing down, cleaning up corners that we have been overlooking, etc., etc., and that's a good time. It's in the mutable energy of Capricorn because we was currently in Cap Aquarius, which was a big deal that happened on 3/23/23, and Pluto had not been in Aquarius or in these degrees like this since 1775, 1776. Pluto deals with the rise and fall of empires and the marketplace and the elders and the healers and all that jazz. So you're thinking about what's going on around that time and space. I was just talking to my son earlier today about the Salem witch trials and how they're bullshit. And you could, how they came into our villages and they killed our, quote unquote witches, because the witches were the villagers, leaders and doctors and teachers and historians and all, and chiefs and all, and priestess and priests and all that. So, the Salem witch trials is another illusion that's, going to get released. Hopefully American Horror Story corrects their season. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just playing, not really though. And then Pluto is also locked in on the Vedic chart in our vibration sense in Capricorn too. So you have a lot of transformation happening in our power structure, in our underlying structure. Peace, peace, goddess. Thank you for tapping in, sis. I know it's on a late night. I was trying to get this joint done today. I can't keep dragging this out. um, but yeah, so you got Pluto creating transformation in our realms of authority, how you survival of self. A lot of you guys have been giving a lot of your power away to other people because of really good marketing and advertisement of government IRS. Most of it is like aggressive marketing and advertising and stuff like that. And we're taking our power back. A lot of people are creating the transformations necessary to take their power back, and it's a beautiful thing. I love to see it. I'm proud of all of us in those pursuits. um Not just like in the realms of government, in the realms of IRS and the Federal Reserve. No, a lot of dialogue is opening up about that. Then interrelations with NASA and other scientific organizations within the U.S. corporation, seeing the contracts that they have between that, because Capricorn energy, that power and the underlying structure and all that deals with contracts and stuff like that as well. So that's the whole thing. Then you have you know the school system, the power and underlying structure of the school system was people pulling their children out of school, taking back power over the child's edification, their education, and things like that. Um, the workplace, business, corporation, people starting their own businesses, people learning how to fill out certain IRS forms, and just a lot of transformation in all realms of power and stuff like that. And I'm happy for y'all. Oya, y'all know I'll mess with the Orishas. Oya rules over not just like government and all that stuff, but like that. But Oya also rules over the marketplace, and just giving back power, letting the pendulum swing in the power of the marketplace. So for those of you guys who are tapped into Forex, you'll probably see like the way the flow is flowing, transformations happening in that flow, certain pairs that used to be in bear going in bull and vice versa and things like that. So it's a beautiful thing. The midheaven is also here. So being tapped into this transformational energy is, success is here. Then we get into the sacral chakra is ruled by Obatala. If you guys, hopefully you guys were tapped into the last Sunday service. We spent the last 3 Sunday services digging deep into the sacral chakra from Mayat, Olukun to Obatala. And it was a really good 3 day, 3 Sunday series or whatever. But Obatala deals with like generosity, luck, wisdom, pleasure seeking, joy, you know, yeah. Wealth, just like that Christmas spirit type of energy. And please don't do that while I'm sitting here. Hold on a second, because I think I'll be okay though. I don't know where that notification just went. Anyway, so Obasala is sitting in Taurus energy. So you have like, Obasala also deals with like breaking against like a uh, not breaking. That's not the word I want to use. Never mind. I won't even go there. But like, generosity and more optimism in your space of love and pentacles, your heart chakra. That's what's on the forefront of things at the moment. Having more optimism, having more generosity in that realm. Taurus energy not just deals with like romantic love, but deals with more so like Libra energy more so deals with romantic love. Taurus energy is about universal love, compassion, and forgiveness, and things of that nature. So, being tapped into that overall, just loving everything, being tapped into your emotional self, listening to your heart chakra, letting your heart chakra guide the way with some things and stuff like that. That's where we at right now. Jupiter is fixed on that Taurus energy, which is really cool. It's in the 12th house, so it's in that Pisces house. Uncovering different illusions. Peace, peace. Welcome to the planetary forecast. So being tapped into like, uncovering, like I told y'all before when we talked about the root chakra, like different illusions about wealth, and then also delusions and illusions about like how relationships are supposed to go. A lot of us are under the indoctrination of advertising through like TV and movies and stuff like that, the way friendships are supposed to be, the way relationships are supposed to be, the way like familial ties are supposed to be and stuff like that. So kudos to y'all that are you know doing the work in those realms and stuff like that. Just being optimistic in the realms of your heart chakra is important at the moment, especially if you wish to attract what you really want you know And this is a nice divine alignment of speaking things into existence with all thy mind, as Obatala rules the minds and Taurus rules the heart. So say speaking things into existence with all your mind and all your heart is, that's on the forefront of things. Now on the internal side of your sacral chakra, you have Neptune and Saturn here. Both celestial bodies are moving in retrograde, so they're on the slow down at the moment. Um, Neptune being in its home space, and I love that because Neptune is in its home space not only in your mind and the tropical, but also in your vibration in the Vedic realm. It's in Pisces as well. And so, and then it's in the 11th house, which is the Aquarius house at the moment. So it's in the house of, awareness, having the awareness of the illusions going on around you, having awareness of, your spiritual self, having awareness of the justice and the truth that has to come out, awareness of the subconscious realm. We went to Olukun heavily, and uncovered different word plays about being woke. Everybody want to be woke, woke, woke. But if you're woke, how are you tapped into your Olukun? Because Olukun requires a certain level of sleep, subconscious energy, you know. It's kind of like how we keep saying positive vibes only, but in reality, you don't really want positive vibes. You actually want negative vibes because you're an electron. You like electronic charges, and that's a negative charge, right? So it's a lot of different play on road words or whatever. This language that we speak has us saying things that are in opposition to what we really mean, and that can kind of mess us up with that concept of being in alignment with your mind and your heart to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things to uncover. Just switch yourself. That's all. Saturn is also here saying, hey, these different uncoverings, they're not going to come to you like pretty princesses and fairies and love and light. No, we're here to just have a great time. Like, that's not how it's coming to you. It's coming to you in like challenges. It's coming to you in spaces that'll have you questioning what the fuck you doing, have you questioning your purpose, if you're walking in the right direction, if you're doing the right thing, all those things like that. Like, it's not going to come to you easily. It's going to come to you in a way where you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know whatever, because it's coming to you in challenges. Like, you're being challenged. You say you want something, like, okay, I realize about the illusion about the IRS and about the money. So ever since I did that, I'm starting to get challenged in crazy ways. Like, oh, okay, you want to challenge the money and the IRS? Bet we about to put these little pieces in your space to see like how strong minded and strong willed you are about uncovering that, and just having awareness of the fact that these are challenges, and knowing that the challenges are for my betterment. Because like, how strong can you be if everything comes to you easily? You're not very strong in that realm. You can't really speak from experience, right? You can't really say, oh, well, this happened to me, and so I did this paperwork, and I went to go talk to this person, and then I had to turn around. You can't tell that story if everything is being handed to you. So when somebody else is going through something and they come to you for help, you gonna be over there scratching your head like, I don't know, because everything just came to me so easily. I can't help you. It's kind of hard to help the people around you if you ain't going through nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a part of the game. And once you have a certain level of awareness, you become a little bit thankful. You start to become thankful for the challenges, like, because robbers don't knock on empty houses unless they trying to squat there. And even then, the roof gotta be good. You hear me? So, you be thankful that you're the one chosen for certain challenges. Certain challenges is supposed to show you, oh, I actually am supposed to walk through these doors, because if I wasn't, it this should just be like, obsolete. Like, no effort. And it does feel good sometimes when the universe just open doors for you and say, all right, here you go, here you go, here you go. That's dope. But always prepare yourself for the challenges, on your will and on your things, because that's what's going to really help you, walk in your path. Because, one example I could use definitely is having a car. Like, you got a car, there's a lot of challenges that come with a car. I know you, Danielle, can, vouch for this, but like, I've had cars since I was like 17 or whatever. And now in my 30s, I could listen to somebody's car and be like, "Oh yeah, that's such and such that's wrong with your car. I can hear it from here." Because I remember when I had my Dodge Neon, I had to take it to this person, that person. I had all this shit. I had come out of pocket, da da da, turned around. It was just that, you know. But I wouldn't be able to help somebody else with their situation if I didn't go through that shit with my own car. But in that moment in space and time, I'm like, dang, why God doing this to me? Why my car keep fucked? Why they not fix it? You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, that's a part of it's a part of the progress. Same thing with parenting, all that fun stuff. So now we into the solar plexus chakra. This is where we get our self-expression, our self-esteem, our willpower, courage, confidence. This is our energy center, our ambition, as well as our anger. And right now we have Ogun sitting in and Eshwa energy. So our ambition and motivation and things like that is coming from a space of servitude, being a person of service. And then also the people that's pissing us off is people that's in spaces of servitude. Those public servants. They in our space doing whatever fuck they want, and this ain't that. But um Mars being an Eshwa, being motivated, also being invoked, being invoked through words. Be careful because while you may be aware of this energy, it's some opposition energy that is aware of this energy as well, and they know what words to put in your space to invoke your Mars. You see what, again, coming back to that whole Alabama situation. Yeah, Mars is invoked right now. Everybody Mars is invoked right now through some, Virgo shit, over analyzing, overthinking, looking at the situation, allowing yourself being invoked and stuff like that is opening up y'all Ogun. People's Oguns is coming out right now. That's fifth house energy over here with the Mars and Virgo. So, inner child energy here, as well as attention and dramatics. So be aware that some of this energy is intentional, and I won't say it's intentional to the point where like people intentionally created that scenario, whatever. But I would say it's intentional to the point where like you gotta understand when the simulation is doing things or whatever. I gotta take these headphones off because it's something about the ringing in the headphones when there's nothing playing. It makes my ears hurt, and I'd be wondering what that is. Like, what's really ringing in these headphones, and why is it hurting? But yeah, so just be mindful of those different things. Be mindful when you feel yourself being invoked. Have the power over yourself to calm yourself down when necessary. You feel me? Don't get too caught up in things. So in the Vedic chart, our vibration, how our vibration goes, Mars is in Leo right now, so our vibration is going towards, you know Leo's the energy, again, come back to the energy of the inner child, the dramatics, loyalty, love, but also being courageous and also being, you know, aware or triggered by the simulation. As Odumila, which is associated with Leo energy, is about the simulation. Odumila is the creator. Odumila is the one of ones, right? That's the one that created everything. That's your inner power to create everything. That's your maki maki. Depends on what part of the globe you from. If you're a Pacific Islander, if you're coming from Africa, I forget what they call this energy in South America, but it ain't. But the essence is still the same. You know what I'm saying? So you're be mindful of how you're allowing the simulation to invoke you on your daily, in your daily life, as this energy is sitting in the sixth house of health, wellness, and daily routine. Ashe. Um, then on the internal side of things of your solar plexus chakra, you have Chiron here. Chiron and Aries are both in retrograde right now. That happened a couple weeks ago on the 21st and the 23rd of July. We had these celestial bodies going retrograde, a couple days apart from one another. Chiron is how you turn your wounds into a superpower. So we have this Aries energy, this energy of new beginnings, warrior like energy, the initiator of doing things and stuff like that, the enforcer. So we're using that Amazonian feminine energy, to, help the wounds of Chiron. And then on the Vedic, on the vibration side of Chiron, you have Pisces there. So a lot of our wounds came from the illusions and the delusions that had been created around us, different like hidden agendas and stuff in our space has been the source of a lot of our wounds. So if you go back down to the Piscean energy, we talked about Saturn and Neptune there, allow that energy, to do what it got to do in your tropical, so that your vibration, your Vedic, Chiron can get the vibe that it needs, do that brain work, do that mental work, exercise your brain to, compute things differently. And it's a process. It's not going to be like, oh, I read this book, and ever since I read this book, my life just changed. And sometimes it does happen that easily, but understand that Saturn is over there with Neptune. Challenges are going to come to exercise, your strength and your willpower in this realm. Be careful with that Chiron, because it will strike a nerve in your wounds, that you had in public school. Maybe some of you guys didn't do well in public school, so there's a lot of these wounds coming to invoke you in that realm. Maybe you guys, have gotten into some legal trouble, so it's going to be some pushback there. Maybe you guys get into financial situations often, it's going to be pushback there. All the spaces where your Chiron is, maybe it's issues in your interpersonal relationship, somebody you with, you know different illusions and delusions coming out there. It's on you. You allow Aries, that mother, the Amazonian primordial mother, come help you, go through that as well. Aries entered Aries on the Vedic scale on June 4th, which is really cool. So that lets you know that all this energy you see with the woman, and the woman going back to her primordial self, that, Aries is named after Xena, the warrior princess, okay? So, that is about to be a regular occurrence. Aries has been in Aries on the tropical side in our minds since 1925. And if you do, some history, shadow work, you'll see the alignments with that. Like, dang, you right, different things have been going on, etc., etc. And then, Aries will be in Aries until 2044. So, we got a lot more time of the primordial woman coming to play here. And then you see it on a grand scale with, you got the gender fluidity. You have women becoming so primordial that they're taking back on that masculine energy. Because remember, once upon a time, it was just all feminine energy. And we can refer to the womb to validate that concept, as in the womb everyone starts off as female. So even in the womb, that's a representation of how we all started, overall on earth. So you had some women, doing that, journey, where they want to take on that masculine energy. Some are going overboard. You know how it is. I always give that Cyclops analogy. When he first got his powers, he was shooting his eyeballs out at everybody. Then you got men being consumed by the divine feminine energy, going inward, feeling their intuition, especially my water babies, whether they have it in their sun, moon, or rising, they feel it, especially in the Mercury as well. The men just feeling their water. They're feeling their waters heavily right now. And some of them are, again, going overboard, and, wanting to fully embody the primordial goddess, and so those different things are happening here. It's going to be extreme before we come to an equilibrium, because Aries is an extreme energy. That's just, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I know we have different emotions about it, different thoughts about it, different arguments, and whether we're against it or for it, because of our personal indoctrinations that Saturn is in Pisces undoing and stuff like that. Certain indoctrinations we insist on holding on to, because we've already agreed with those indoctrinations based upon things we just already thought. You know what I'm saying? But ain't no but, and it's nothing wrong with it. You go through and experience these things how you wish to experience them, whatever works for you. I'm just giving you an overview of what's happening, you know. Um Now, when you get into the true node, this is the direction I love. We're dealing with a draconic reset here, with the true node being and the Rahu. being in Aries and the Ketu being in Libra. This is the draconic reset, as this is how the lunar path goes, and now we got the solar path sitting in the lunar path. Our overall soul, like the soul energy of our tropical, is undergoing a reset, and a lot of us feel that there has been another mass awakening. So just how you'll see hear some people like, I had my mass awakening. You hear a lot about 2008, 2012, and around the time of this invasion of whatever, you know what I'm saying. These, like 2 years ago, no, that wasn't even 2 years ago, man. Time has been weird. That was like 2019. So that was like it's been like 4 or 5 years now. That's wild. That don't even feel like that. It feel like, oh my god, I feel like it just happened, and it's just been, well, no, it was like 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago, in 2019, 2020, right? So yeah, because I was like around my 30th. Yeah, like 3 years ago. So, those are like three big spaces most recently of mass awakenings. But with the true note, with the draconic reset on the tropical chart, you'll see another mass awakening, especially amongst our youth. And I see it definitely around our 18-year-olds, our 17, 18-year-olds right now. And I fucking love it. I love it. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the youth entering in this realm. Is so important. Us as elders, I don't want to see myself as an elder, but we're older than these 18-year-olds. We have to guide their energy, because we have to understand that they're in their solar plexus realm of life right now. Anybody from the age, well, you got 0 to 7, which is the root chakra age. You got 7 to 14, which is the sacral chakra age. So 14 to 21 is the solar plexus chakra age, right? And this group of individuals, these group of beings on our plane, they're them especially are having this mass awakening with the Rahu and the Ketu. And so us as people older than them that are in the heart chakra age, or the throat chakra age, or even the crown, or even up in their eons. If you up in the eons, especially my people in y'all 60s and 70s, if you up in your eons, you definitely should be guiding these solar plexus people, because these, honestly, this be the age that everybody be trying to come for in their marketing and stuff. They always be trying to get our 14 to 21 year olds, whether it be, oh, you could join the army, come get this job over here, sign these contracts so for our loans and our grants for education. Like, they come in for our babies. So if y'all know better, teach better. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them fall into the same patterns that we fell into, because, oh, whatever. If we have the knowledge to teach them, we have to understand that you teaching them things is not making their life easier. You're making their life different. They still going to get the challenges. They still going to get challenges. If I redirect your life to spirituality and nationalism and all that stuff like that, it's still going to be challenges in that realm. I didn't make your life easier. I just made it different and more free. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all withholding knowledge from the youth. Y'all don't want to be bothered with the youth, because y'all think that y'all taking something away from them. And some of y'all really think that it's a badge of honor to struggle. And I don't understand why. That's fucking weird. Especially men. Struggling is not a rite of passage for men. That's why a lot of men are dealing with a lot of trauma and stuff like that now. Cause it's seen as a badge and honor to go through struggles and challenges and be bullied and all that. That's wild. Don't, man, we doing transformations is among us. Just like abundance. The moon, we started with the moon in Aries too. Again, the moon was in Aries yesterday. So these charts start with August 7th. So the moon was in Aries. We have a moon of new beginnings. We're moving into the moon of Pisces. Not moon of Pisces. We're moving into the moon of Taurus right now. So a lot of y'all gonna be in y'all feelings about, money and your materials and your possessions and all that stuff like that. How you feel about yourself and all that. That's coming. That's about to come in the realm. You know, it's just Just do your thing. On the external side of the solar plexus, we don't have anything placed there. Right now, the universe is in alignment for us to do the internal work. It's time to go inward on your solar plexus before we go outward. We're gonna go outward in the winter time. So around Scorpio season, y'all keep y'all listen, y'all do all that internal work now. So come Scorpio season, y'all know how to act. Because it's going to be some shit that go down in Scorpio season. These people around us, who you see as oppositions, the people that is, scrambling because Pluto's creating transformations in our root chakra and stuff like that. So it's gonna be people trying to invoke you and stuff like that, come Scorpio season, because the planets is going, they gonna think that the planets is in their favor. Um, yeah, so be mindful of that. Now, when we get to the heart chakra, let's talk about it. Oshan rules over the heart chakra. Oshan is that energy of self-esteem, love, wealth, possession, self-value, wisdom, and compassion. Your pentacles, of course. The materialization and how you behave when you have it, how you accumulate it, and all that stuff like that. Excuse me, my mouth got dry. So you have Oshan sitting in Leo. And Oshan is in retrograde too. Oshan been in a retrograde since July 22nd and will be in retrograde till September 3rd. We got well, we're gonna get into that in a moment. I'm gonna tell y'all how many celestial bodies we got in retrograde altogether, so y'all can, do y'all work. And moving gratitude. Retrogrades is not about, oh, we about to repeat shit, blah 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 blah. It's more so about it's slow down time. Slow down time, check your work. How in math class they tell you, oh, you ain't done yet till you check your work. And that's what we doing. We ain't done yet. We ain't done out of this degree. We ain't done yet out of this, whatever, until we check our work. That's what it is. It's okay. So you're gonna check your work in your Leo. You're gonna check your work in your Orumila. Check your work, your passion, your compassion, your wealth and wisdom. Orumila deals with your inner child. Odomila deals with a lot of things, and that's because Odomila is the all. This is the simulation maker. And this simulation maker creates a simulation with the vibration, right? So when you deal with the vibration, like we can use the word Leo, right now, but Leo deals with your inner child, your creative self, your romantic self, still coming back to the heart. This is the pillar and all that stuff. Leo also deals with your third eye chakra and how you create your simulation. Your vibration creates your simulation. Your heart creates the simulation. So you kind of have Oshan in a really dope home space. This is an alignment of the mind and the heart to create things and stuff like that. So you got that going on. It's in the fourth house, so it's in the space of home and family. We are healing our child wounds here. We're healing the wounds that we have in home and family, our maternal energy, whether it's the maternal energy you've been giving off or the maternal energy you've been receiving. Um, the energy, this is a nice alignment of the right and left mind with that Leo, fourth house being Cancer. That's the masculine and feminine side of the third eye. So you have Oshana in the masculine and feminine side of the third eye, rehashing that energy. How do you feel about your simulation? What do you think about your simulation? How do you feel about the inner side? How do you feel about the outer side? What's going on? Let's recalibrate it. Let's materialize it. It's a really dope time to materialize. Once you got the combination of your left and right side of your third eye, how you want it, could materialize with this Oshun. Um, in the spaces of, the self-esteem and the empathy and all that, allow your vibration and your mind to align to materialize. Oshan has retrograded so much in the Vedic chart that we back in Cancer on the Vedic scale. And that happened on the 5th of August. So yeah, this is all the way up to August 19th, I believe. So we get up to the 17th degree of of Leo. So I would say by September 3rd, we might be back at the cardinal Leo energy, back at the top, and probably in the fixed cardinal energy of Cancer on the Vedic scale. So again, between the tropical and the Vedic, you still have that alignment of the right and left side of the mind. This is an open portal right here for y'all to manifest, y'all. And this is also, be very, 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 very careful about how you align your heart and your mind. So when you sad and you start imagining a bunch of sad shit and you allowing your heart to react to it, and your heart start feeling heavy, and now it's in your throat, now you crying, now you got this whole scenario in your head. Yeah, be careful, because you're creating, whether you're creating it in your present physical self or you're creating other portals of that reality. Okay. And then on the other side of the spectrum, when you guys are in that over elation, when you guys are like hysteric because you're so happy, be mindful of that alignment of your mind and your heart and the things. Be very intentional, because that alignment of your mind and your heart, for real, is going to materialize things for you. And if it's not what you really want, don't do it. Don't do it. So on the internal side of your heart chakra, we got Taurus there on the internal side. It's all about your, design. Taurus energy rules over your eyeballs. How do you see things? How are you seeing it? Your eyes are the windows to the soul, right? Um, you have Uranus over here. Uranus goes in retrograde on August 29th. That's around the time we get the next full moon. We have a blue moon this month. There's two full moons in this month. The second one will be on the 29th, 30th, and around that time Uranus will also be going in retrograde. So that's going to be a crazy time for my earth babies out there. And go ahead and put it in your calendar now. You're going to take a nap on the 29th and the 30th. I want to hear about y'all fighting y'all sleep and y'all hitting me up because y'all sad and y'all don't know what to do with y'all energy and shit. Like, I don't want to hear that, because I'm letting y'all know right now. It's nap time on the 29th and 30th. All right? Go to sleep. But yeah, Uranus has been in Taurus since the whole, viral situation happened, and we had to be in the house and stuff like that. Uranus is that rebellious energy. It goes against traditions and stuff like that, and you see that, like, ever since Uranus has been in Taurus, we've been dealing with like the rebellion against, the monetary, the possessions, own nothing, control everything type of mindset, especially with people, becoming rebellious with their nationality, or becoming rebellious with the forms to pay bills, with the wealth, what money looks like. A lot of us are opening our eyes to the fact that we've never seen money a day in our lives. This ain't money that we using. It literally says on the piece of paper that it's not money. Like, none of this stuff exists. Actually, the IRS has never been enacted. It's the fact that y'all keep sending y'all paperwork into the IRS that keeps the IRS alive. It's not because it's an actual entity. They never had to enact the IRS because y'all are so obedient. But people are opening their eyes to this. So, that's Uranus and Taurus, y'all. That's, we playing around with the pinnacles here. We moving different. The compassion and the empathy for one another and for the community, it's all different. How we interact with one another and stuff like that. The interconnectivity is different. Like, I'm starting to realize how connected I am with other healers and stuff like that, because we be thinking each other up. We be thinking each other up so easily. I text somebody and they be like, yo, I literally was just talking about you. Like, my girlfriend was doing a podcast. I came in, I was like, peace, peace. And she was like, yo, we're talking about you right now. There's this goddess that does readings on YouTube, and I'm like, I be having dreams and daydreams and stuff like that. I go on my YouTube page, she doing Virgo readings, and she reading my damn daydream. Like, there's this crazy like interconnectivity that's like enhancing more and more in our vibration. And we have Uranus to thank for that, being in Taurus on the tropical, and then being in Aries on the Vedic, new beginnings in the space. Get ready for the retrograde, y'all, because we're going to check our work. How connected are you here? How revolutionary have you been here? And thank God for the retrograde, because with the retrograde, you guys are going to be able to check y'all work in the realms of wealth and business, especially for those of you guys who are having panic attacks and allowing your heart to get the best of you in that realm, feeling anxiety, feeling like you're moving too slow and stuff. You're actually not. You're always going to be on time, divine timing. I'm starting to get a little deja vu. Jupiter is also, I feel like somebody's about to call me and it's about to get on my nerves. I'm having a deja vu like a bitch right now. Jupiter is also in Taurus. Jupiter is the energy of we talked about Obatala, having your mind and heart in alignment right here. And it's also in Aries on the Vedic scale as well. So you have these two big celestial bodies working together, Jupiter and Uranus. And then the ascendant is also straddling between Taurus and Aries too, giving us that energy of the temperament. It's in our temperament. It's in our energy. It's in our auric bubble, your 6 foot bubble, the rebellious energy going on. So like when you walk in a room, people gonna feel it off of you. They turn their head and look at you. And the telepathy is telepathy. And we make jokes about it. Like I seen a couple of reels like, oh, when you walk in a room of people, of other aboriginals or other Moors, and y'all just look at each other and have a full blown conversation or whatever. Like, and that's kind of like introducing us to the realm that Jupiter and Uranus. Well, Jupiter will be in Gemini like next winter time for one. So we're gonna have that generosity and stuff like that happening in our space of our community and stuff like that. That's when we're gonna start to come together for real, for real. So right now you're just setting up your vibration. You're setting up your vibration on that Jupiter. That sacral chakra energy. You're aligning your mind and your heart. So make sure that during this time when Jupiter is in Taurus, I know some of y'all feel physically alone, but do your work. Do your work. Because doing your work, you're setting up your vibration for that community when Jupiter enters Gemini. If you don't do your work now, you're gonna be upset later. Um, because Jupiter you won't even have to be upset, especially if you decide to do your work later, because then Jupiter will be in the Taurus, vibration. So it's still giving you a chance to get your heart together. But if you like to be proactive instead of reactive, I would say do your work now while Jupiter is in Taurus. That way, when Jupiter does enter Gemini, you already on the type time to attract your village, to attract the community that you really want. You know, Uranus will be in Gemini in 2026, which I'm very excited for, because I swear to God, when Uranus enters Gemini, it's going to be telepathy.com. I mean, we already there. Like our phone, I saw somebody posted earlier, like once upon a time you would have to say something to your phone for your phone to hear you, but now all you gotta do is think it and your phone can hear you. So there's different theories and upside and downsides to that, but looking forward to the space where that's actually like amongst each other. On the Libra side of things, now we're dealing with the one-on-one relationships and the balance and the justice and the harmony. We have Ceres here. Ceres is the energy of nourishment, how you nourish others and how you wish to be nourished, as well as agriculture. And it's just coming back to being in harmony with the netters. Honestly, that's what Ceres wants for you. We want you to be in alignment with the netters. Apply it to your sixth house, which is your health, wellness, daily routine. Eating fruits and vegetables outside of season is wild. We're not doing that no more. I don't care if ShopRite got it in stock or not. Uh, eating out of season with your own body, because your own body has its own netter rules in alignment with the netters around you. So listening to somebody telling you like one size fits all in the dietary realm is wild. Learn your DNA, learn your spiritual DNA, learn your physical DNA, so that you can know what to eat and when to eat it for yourself. It's cool to get some guidelines and some rulers from other dietitians, but only you know what you need and when you need it. Okay. So pay attention to yourself. And that's what Ceres and Libra wants for you. Now, on the vibration scale of things, we have Ceres and Virgo. And so that's being in a space of servitude, thoughts, and invocation. So you find yourself invoked to do these things. You want to do these things. You feel these things. So I find that very exciting. you know um allowing yourself to, and then also some of you guys getting into growing your own food. That series in this realm as well. So, allow yourself to do that. You can start off with one thing. I started off with my potatoes. I got really good at growing potatoes. I'm just trying to learn how to cut them to where I don't kill it. Somebody had came over and cut my potato out, and he killed my whole plant. And I'm not mad, but I'm mad because I was very proud of my potato. But it is what it is. But that's the energy of Ceres. Start practicing growing certain things, whether it's herbs. I have had my house plant for the last 3 years, and sis is still kicking it with me, and I'm very proud of that. Get your practice in. Whatever it is you want to do. You ain't gotta have a whole full blown garden or whatever. You know, get into a space of bartership. So now that we get into your throat chakra, now this your throat chakra is ruled by Eshu. Eshu is in its home space of Virgo in your thoughts. So we feel heavily on the invocation here. This is in the fifth house, so you're dealing with your inner child energy, speaking to your inner child often, your inner child being invoked often. That's a whole thing. We talked about your Venusian energy being in Leo and Cancer at the same time. So, your inner child is, we have to parent that inner child because they helping with your vibration and what you attracting and stuff like that too. So you want to be mindful of that. In addition to that, on the vibration of things, you have your invocation sitting in that energy of Leo. So that is the inner child energy right there in the fifth house. We won't have a Mercury retrograde until August 23rd. August 23rd is a Mercury retrograde. My dog is always trying to wipe his eye boogies on my stuff. And I don't understand that. I do understand it, but I don't appreciate it. Anyway, from August 23rd to September 14th. And then we have our last Mercury retrograde from December 13th to January 1st. So we bring in the fiscal new year with the Mercury retrograde, which I find very interesting and somewhat hilarious. Um, but yeah, so your thought process, your communication, how you teach, how you learn, all that fun stuff, sitting in its home space. We really tapped into our thoughts, learning. A lot of you guys wanting to learn and dig into a topic or a subject, people going into hermit mode to do so, people being invoked to be in a space of service. Integrity and moral code is on the forefront for a lot of people. A lot of people are having a spotlight shown on them for their abundance of or lack thereof of that level of integrity and moral code. And then also paying attention to the patterns around you is a big thing too. And on our vibration, it's our inner child that's having these experiences. Our inner child is getting the energy that it requires in the throat chakra. You'll find yourself speaking up a lot for your inner child. We done talked about Chiron down there in the solar plexus chakra and stuff like that. So, and then as a collective, it's time to communicate to these children. It's time to teach them. It's time to grow them, not just our own inner child, but I know there's kids in your neighborhood. I know there's children in your family, all that different stuff. Um, Now, on the internal side of your throat chakra is Gemini energy, is when we get into communication, your community, relatives, the immediate relatives that you shared your childhood with, the cousins, the siblings, the aunts and uncles, grandparents, and all that stuff like that. And then also your neighbors and stuff. And right now we have Vesta there. Vesta is your passion. So there's a passion going towards finding your tribe. I want to find my tribe. I want to find my community. I want to be in alignment. I want to attract this energy. I want to attract community, speak it into existence. Um, you know, well, Vesta's in the first house, so it's in your temperament, it's in your vibration. So, like, imagine how you want your community to look. This is what I want it to look. This is the kind of people I want in it. Have a strong focal point. Write it down. Imagine it daily. When you wake up in the morning, pretend like you already in it. That's how you really going to vibrate to what you want. I know there's some research going into that. A lot of people walk around being unsure, and when I speak to y'all, I'm speaking to myself. I'm downloading right now for real, for real. But a lot of people walk around being unsure. I don't really know what I want. I don't really know what it looks like. I'm trying to let the universe take the wheel. You are the universe, though. You have the power to take the wheel and be very, very intentional and specific about what you want. You know, the details. Details is everything. Extra energy is about details. You know, this is the secret. This is how you evoke something with the details. If I drew a veve and I missed a space, I'm invoking a whole nother energy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that kind of mindset. What kind of energy are you trying to invoke here? And Vesta is in Taurus on the Vedic scale and in our heart. So you're materializing it and you're attracting it. So if you walking around saying, I don't know what you want, guess what? You about to get a whole bunch of I don't know back in your vortex. You know what I'm saying? Because this energy is in the first house. That's the vortex house. That's your temperament. That's your energy that you give off. And what energy you give off, because you're an electromagnetic energy, that's the energy that you're taking in. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be mindful of that. If you don't know what you want, don't think about it at all until you're ready. You know what I'm saying? Don't think about it at all until you're completely ready. You completely know for sure. Otherwise, you're gonna put yourself in some mess, and you'll be like, "How did I get here?" And it's because you don't know what you want. You don't know what you're trying to do. Now you don't get to control the how and the when, because the universe sees the bigger picture. The universe sees how many stars have to align, how many different things have to happen, and stuff like that for you to have what you want. All you know is about what you got to do. But the universe sees, oh, this person gotta go through this over here, and that person gotta go through that over there, and this person gotta lose their house, and that person gotta lose their job, and this person gotta lose their spouse, and this person over here, they gotta wait till their kids graduate, and all these people gotta have all these different things happen to them before they come into your space, because these are the people that you said you wanted in your village. You know what I'm saying? But you don't see all that because you ain't even meet these people yet. So you had to be patient on the how and the when, but you control the what. And if you walking around not knowing what the fuck the what is, you're gonna get a whole bunch of everything in your space. And that goes for anything that you want, not just the village. What you want in a partner? What do you want in a job? What do you want in opportunity? What do you want in abundance? If you're not being specific, don't even try to invoke nothing, because you're gonna mess up your space. And you know, no two things could say in the same space at the same time. So you're gonna invoke the wrong thing. Now you gotta sit here and deal with that. Because can't nothing else come into your space until you deal with it. All right. Now that's all that knowledge is going on in the inside of the throat chakra. Now what's happening on the outside of your throat chakra is Mars Palace, your fortune coming to you as you do this work, and then Mercury. We talked about Mercury retrograde happening August 23rd to September 14th. I don't believe Mars is doing any more retrogrades, but yeah, I don't think Mars is doing any more retrogrades till 2024. But you know, we talked about Mars with the solar plexus chakra. You're right, endless space of knowledge. You know, Mars being your motivator, Mars being your ambition, the circulation. So whatever, like I told you, whatever you doing on the internal work, that Vesta work, because Vesta is here in your favor to help you invoke whatever you're trying to invoke. That's aligning your heart with your mind. You know, there's so much chakra energy as a collective that's aligning your mind, both sides of your mind, not just one side, the Cancer and the Leo side of your mind, along with your heart. Like, it's so many portals open for you to manifest and attract right now. A lot of y'all are really feeling it. Like, damn, I say something and 5 minutes later it comes. Especially when you say it with true conviction. So y'all gotta be very, very careful. The stars is working in your favor to attract the stuff that you saying, whether you want it or not. You know what I'm saying? So be careful out here. Integrity and moral code is key. Go back down to your root chakra and create some boundaries for yourself and your emotions. If your emotions be all out of place and you just be saying whatever the fuck you want to say when you mad, fix that. Cause you invoking stuff. Go back to my yacht, light as a feather. Because you're invoking stuff, whether you're invoking stuff in this simulation and your dreams, a lot of y'all saying some crazy shit in this simulation and then turn around and have a dream about it because you done created a whole portal where it actually exists. Where you astral project to, all that nut shit you said exists over there. Now you're like, dang, why I have a bad dream? Why my dream was so crazy? Da, 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 da. Your dream was crazy because think about all the stuff you just invoked all day long. You invoked all that stuff, then turned around and traveled to the world where it exists. You know what I'm saying? So, be careful with that. Watch your mouth. How Nicki Minaj said, watch your mouth, because you speaking stuff on yourself. Um, so, Mars is circulating that for you. Palace is your genius quality that you keep overlooking, which right now is in the space of invocation. Some of y'all not even recognizing your ability to invoke. Some of y'all not recognizing your communication skills, your listening skills, your integrity, or your moral skills. Y'all just out here. Pay attention to it. Instill it in your inner child and instill it in the children around you. All this Leo fifth house energy is not just about your inner child, it's about the children around you. It's not just about you right now. We got to get these kids. We got to get these children. We got to get these cherubs. They are future, especially the ones that's just turning 18 this year. They in a crazy space. They in a 1-8, learning how to be independent and creating transformation in their space. That 1-8 is a crazy number. Right before the 1-9. Right before all the karmic energy from everything they did in the 1-8. So get these babies, and they don't gotta be your babies. They don't gotta be your kids. They don't gotta be your relatives. They don't gotta be. You go ahead, go outside and start painting outside, and let the kids come up to you and paint with you, and just have regular dialogue. Hey, how your day going? What's up with you? What's going on in your life? Spill the tea, sis. Spill the tea, bro. What's up? Let me give you some advice as an older person that already went through what it is you think you going through. And I'm coming from you, not from no nonsense, not from no BET indoctrination. I'm coming to you straight from the source. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how many babies out here want what you got, but you're not giving it to them. This Leo and fifth house energy is calling for you. Not just, I know a lot of y'all want to focus on y'all inner child, but y'all inner child is healed. Yeah, y'all walk every day holding hands with y'all inner child. That's why y'all not fucking aging. Everybody look 18. Y'all look good as hell out here. Y'all inner child is healed. Y'all look good out here. Y'all is glowing out here. Y'all being selfish. Stop being selfish with your knowledge. Stop sitting on social media all day with your knowledge, trying to educate others. Y'all spend all day long arguing with grown ass folks when it's these kids out here that need what you got, because they on social media too. And guess what they see in their algorithms? All this gender war shit, all this violence, the cops beating us up. That's what's in their algorithm, is violence and discord. And you spending all day going back and forth with adults. You need to come out here and unify with these children. And it's easy. Go outside with some colored pencils. Go outside with some paint. Go outside with a speaker and a microphone and allow the kids to get on the mic. Here, right? But you can't curse. Here go the challenge. You can't curse nothing. You can't say no crazy stuff. You can't say no violent stuff, or I'm taking the mic back. Challenge these babies. Play some music, let them dance. Pass some stuff out. Make some ice. Be the icy lady. My nana is good for it. My nana is my inspiration on being open to the children around me, because my nana was the one. She was the icy lady. She probably still is the icy lady, but she was the icy lady. She was the one that was always on her porch. Everybody walked past. Hey, Miss Joanne. I know y'all heard my song, my affirmation song, when I say I'm Joanne, speaking my piece as loud as I can. That's my nana I'm talking about. She was part of the city watch. She was a part of she had the step team for the kids in the neighborhood. She did all of that. You could do all of that too. Stop being selfish with your knowledge and your energy because you can make money on the internet. It's bigger than this. Ain't even money. That's the thing. This not even money, y'all. I need y'all to educate yourself a little bit harder on that heart chakra. You hear me? So that y'all can move different and realize that these children are our wealth and our abundance. Your connections is the real wealth and abundance. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can make your own money. Y'all can make y'all own. Y'all only want money and stuff like that to afford y'all to do stuff that y'all could afford to do if you spend love. You know how easy it is to do stuff when you full of love and everybody rock with you? That's how these celebrities be. You think these celebrities be spending all that money on them clothes and all that? No, people love them and they love them big. Like, oh, This celebrity, she always wear my stuff when she be on the red carpet, and she be telling everybody she make my every time she on the red carpet, I'm gonna make her the flyest outfit. Oh, this girl, every time she do a music video, she always got my nail design. She always let me do her hair. She let everybody know it's me. I'ma always do it. Like they be getting all that stuff for free. They kids be getting stuff for free. That's love. That's abundance. That's the real currency. You the currency, baby. You gotta teach these children that. Anyway, the fortune is here, and the Mercury is here to show you the patterns. You know, you'll see your patterns increasing. You'll see your patterns getting better. Da 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 da. It's a trial and error. You know what I'm saying is not one size fits all, and I'm aware some of y'all don't know how to talk to kids, so don't do it. Some of y'all need to stay on the internet arguing with adults. So now we're gonna get to the third eye chakra. The third eye chakra deals with the left and right side. You know, the spiritual, you know, and the logical, you know, the creative, you know, the Fibonacci. This is the Fibonacci up here. All right. So you got the sun. The sun is Orumila or Heru. That's when we dealing with the external simulation, right? Then you got the internal side, all set or Yamoja. That's when you dealing with the internal side of the simulation, the inner experience, the inner space, you know, your thoughts. So we start with the moon, the internal side of things. We, you know, yesterday the moon was in Aries, so today the moon is in Pisces. So you know what? I be like impatient with myself with this planetary forecast, but on everything, when I finally had the energy and the opening to do the planetary forecast, it's always in divine alignment with the planets and stuff like that. So I ain't even mad. It's good that y'all sitting here listening to the planetary forecast on a Pisces moon, on Lionsgate and stuff like that. You know, on an 897. That's cool. I'll take that. But yeah. So on that side, you know, we got the new beginnings in our emotions happening and stuff like that. Being, you know, a warrior, being fearless and courageous and all that stuff, you know. And then by the 19th, we're gonna have our moon in Virgo, where a lot of our invocation, our throat chakra energy, and all that stuff like that is gonna be on our emotional self. You know, our emotions, you know, go also going into that space of invocation and creation and stuff like that too. um on the Vedic, on the vibration of our emotions, we also have the moon in Aries. Now, right now, today, even though we got the moon in tropical Pisces, our mind is on the spiritual, subconscious, Akashic records energy. Our vibration is still on that warrior, fearless, you know, solar plexus energy of Aries and circulation and stuff like that. So that's where we at right now. And then by the time we get to the 18th or 19th, we'll be locked in on Virgo on both sides, the Vedic and the tropical. So, you know, for my Virgo moons out there, please be careful. Um, check on y'all Virgo moon friends. Somebody check on me on that day. Cause that's gonna be a day of deep thought. It's in the fifth house, so that's the inner child, you know, doing that inner work and stuff like that. Being a person of service. So if you guys, you know, do create some type of something around that time is cool. Also, the 18th is around the time where some of y'all started going back to school already. I didn't know people was going back to school at the beginning of August. I thought that was towards the end, but I'm in Jersey. These kids don't go back to school till the day after Labor Day, so we always been on that type time. So you know, everybody else that start earlier, I ain't never been on y'all calendar. And then me and my children, we savages, so they do school whenever they we do school when we do school. Every day is a school day. We learning something every day. There ain't no summer vacation and shit over here. Um, on the internal side, you got Juno over here. Now, Juno is what you need in a bond or a relationship or something for you to feel comfortable in there. And that's where a lot of y'all are coming to with the inner experience. Y'all coming into a space like, okay, what do I need in a bond? What do I need in a relationship? What do I need? What do I need to feel good there, to feel safe, to feel comfort, you know? And those are good questions to ask yourself. That's a good thing to write about in your journal today or tomorrow or this week or whatever. so that like when I was telling y'all, working on that Uranus and Jupiter entering Gemini, when y'all really start attracting y'all tribe, you want to make sure you're attracting the tribe that you want and not the tribe that you don't want. So be careful with speaking things about things that you don't want. Know what you want. That's like going to Subway and saying, okay, I don't want chicken, I don't want tuna, I don't want wheat bread, I don't want, and the lady just looking at you like, that's not how we make sandwiches here. What do you want? That's the same energy. So watch yourself. This is in the third house of Leo. The community, the children in the community. See that third house in Leo? Third house is community. Leo is child. The Leo is simulation. Leo is heart and mind. Okay. So Juno actually enters that energy on the 15th. All right. So you guys are gonna feel that shift, especially with some of you guys whose children go back to school that week and stuff like that. Fall into it. Fall into it. Allow your inner child to speak too on the different relationships your inner child needs. Allow children around you to speak on the kind of relationship they need too. A lot of us have been so selfish with our relationships, we ain't even paying attention to what our children need. I've been thinking about that lately. Like, I got a lot of friends that have children around my age, and while I got these dope relationships with my friends, I'm like, bro, my children need better relationships. Like, my oldest has good relationships, but a majority of them are virtual. He needs physical relationships. My youngest child, he's starting to come to he's starting to have conversations with me too. Like, I got friends at my dad's house, but I don't have no friends here, Mom. And it's like, because I'm a hermit. My children don't want to be a hermit. You know what I'm saying? They want to be around people too. Especially some of you guys that are homeschooling your kids. I have a couple girlfriends out here where I'm at that homeschool, and they just keep their kids to themselves. They be in hermit mode. They don't be trying to come out nowhere, do nothing. And I'm like, dang, like, you got to pay attention to the kind of reality you're creating for your kids. Yeah, that's a comfort zone for you, because you have everything you need in your house. You could do everything in your house. You got your husband or your wife and your children and your garden and your business, and you got all these things already. But are you paying attention to your child? Is your child really being cultivated with their peers? You know, you could be selective with the kind of children you bring them around, but like, come on now. Like, people, stop being selfish, grown-ups, because that's what y'all doing. Y'all being selfish. Juno entered the Cancer constellation yesterday, I want to say. Not yesterday. On the 6th. On August 6th, Juno entered the Cancer constellation. So maternal energy coming into play heavily here. Home and family energy coming to play heavily here. What kind of energy do I need in my home and family to feel good in my simulation? Different experiences are coming to the forefront to show you, just that. Oh, this is not the kind of energy I want in my home family, or this is the kind of energy. Again, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. So now on the external side, when we're doing all the internal work on the internal side of our third eye, on the outer side, we have Lilith there, which is our triggers, and some of those triggers there are things that we repress about ourselves, motivations, the primordial energy. That's all in our simulation. So again, I told y'all about the challenges that's coming y'all way, how Saturn is moving. A lot of that stuff is going to be triggering to your simulation, you know. On the Vedic side of things, you got Cancer there. So the triggers is going to your home and family. The triggers is also coming in your simulation and also to your inner child or the children around you. Please watch your kids, watch other people's kids. Our kids is being triggered. It's things happening around our kids. Y'all gotta understand while y'all over here and y'all going through your spiritual walk, so are your children. They're going through things. And are you talking to them the same way you talking to these adults around you all the fucking time? Please, please. You got to understand our children are going through a spiritual walk too. So while some of our children are very spiritually, intellectually inclined, when they go outside and they around their peers that's not like them, they being tested too. They being triggered too. All right, like, come on. Venus is also here. in our simulation, our vibration. And we got into that heavily when we were talking about the heart chakra, straddling between, the mind and the heart, the father and the mother, that's Leo and Cancer, the internal and external side of the mind. We have a nice combination here with Venus and Lilith. They're only 1 degree apart from one another. And we actually have a nice alignment between the sun and Lilith coming up when the sun enters the Leo constellation as well. That's going to be a nice lineup as well. But right now we have Lilith and Venus. So your vibration and it's coming towards, you're going to attract a lot of different things about yourself that you suppress in other people. And you're gonna be looking, you're gonna be judging why they act like that, why they do this, why they do that, blah 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 blah. And it's gonna bother you, and it's gonna bother you because you suppress that shit in yourself because of how you allowed other people to indoctrinate you. Go back down to your sacral chakra where Neptune and Saturn is at, uncovering things. Go back down to Pluto and Capricorn, that's providing transformation to your structure. You know what I'm saying? Connect that upper to the lower. I love this connection between the father and mother, the internal and external simulation of self, that vibration and that trigger. Y'all need that. We need that. We need that heavily. Please talk to these youth. Please talk to these babies. They need a safe space. Also, self love is also in order here. Y'all can't be getting mad at how other people choose to love themselves and how other people choose to celebrate themselves. You got to sit back and ask yourself, how come my life is so, mundane that I'm bothered by how someone chooses to love and accept and honor themselves? You know what I'm saying? That's that Venus and Lilith too. It's a lot of facets to this. The sun is also here, giving us that whole experience. Lilith and Venus is the theme of our experience right now. So I want you to pay attention to your Lilith, pay attention to your Venus, and pay attention to your Juno placements, because that's what should be the topic of your journals right now. That's the forefront of your experience right now. That's the main theme of your simulation right now. All the triggering, all the emotions, your possessions, your materialization, your pinnacles, and your space of love, and what you need in relationships for you to feel, safe, and for how you want others to feel safe around you. What are you willing to give to other people? Some of y'all want relationships that y'all not willing to cultivate. Y'all want stuff that y'all not willing to maintain. And so y'all get triggered by people telling you, hey, if you want that, you got to do this. I shouldn't have to do that to have that. Why are you triggered? Why that trigger you? Check your Lilith and your Venus. So that's what I got there. So of course, the third eye does not deal with any physical body. This is the unconscious. This is when we start to get into your auric body. This is the gateway between your physical and non-physical stuff, and we love it here, right? So when you do all that work do all that collective work and stuff like that, you got to understand that all that collective work that y'all do on your own, that affects our overall crown chakra on Earth. And the crown chakra on Earth is our collective electromagnetic energy. And you got to understand, when we do the collective work, instead of y'all seeing people as, oh, y'all copycats, or oh, y'all did it, or that I did this first, be grateful and hold hands and say, hey, you want to collab? I seen that you like to do the same thing I like to do. Let's do it together. And that's how you raise the vibration as a collective. And as you raise the vibration of a collective, you'll see, y'all seeing it now. It's waters that we never seen before that's now available to us. It's firmament that was never available to us before that we experience it now. Whether it's, people digging into the earth and seeing layers of the earth down there, or people looking outward and seeing more earth out there. Like, we're going to start experiencing new constellations. We experiencing new suns and new stars and new moons, because we are elevating ourselves instead of being in a complete circle, constantly doing the same two-dimensional cycle. We are spiraling. So we're moving in a circular motion and moving forward at the same time. That's a whole different realm. And you'll notice that we're going to start moving faster and faster the more we evolve. The more, We come together on an electromagnetic field and hold hands and elevate our energies. And there's certain energies that can't survive that. This is, how hot violet is. You know how hot indigo is. That's a those frequencies are wide. Red is a very short. Red has a very short wavelength, whereas violet has a very long wavelength. You see the solar flares. You're hearing about the solar flares. That is a result of our electromagnetic field. That's a result of our rising consciousness. And it's going to keep happening. You got people out here, and some of them are doing it intentionally. Some people are doing it because they're a part of the equal opposite energy of the simulation. And they telling y'all too woke. Y'all too woke. Y'all so woke. Y'all don't care about money. Y'all so woke. Y'all don't blah, blah, blah. Y'all so woke. Da, da, da. Listen, 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 listen. You ain't never going to be too woke. You ain't never going to be too aligned. You're never going to be too inclined. You understand me? We supposed to keep evolving. And yes, some people are going to be triggered by your evolution. They need to go back down to their third eye chakra and do their work. They over here claiming crown chakra energy, but they still want some lower frequency shit. They still want a 2D. They still on the 2D trying to have conversations with 5D people, trying to tell 5D people they too woke. How dare you? Stop playing with me. We trying to get to the 13D. You understand me? There's 13 dimensions that we got to get to, and there are dimensions above that. And we at a 5 to 9D right now amongst us. Whether you enter your life path number from a 1 to a 33. I see that there's some 44s out here now. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody tell you to go back to the motherfucking 2D. That don't even make sense. We're not doing that. And the more you evolve, the more you read, the more you research, you'll realize all this shit that everybody praising don't even really exist. It's a part of keeping you at a lower vibration and keep you busy and occupied. Wealth and abundance does not mean federal debt notes. It's not the same thing. How you going to have abundance in debt? Make it make sense and I'll be quiet. We talked about that in Sunday service. When you root yourself in the human experience, it's always going to be competition, poverty, and scarcity. But when you root yourself in the spiritual experience, because the tree of life is upside down, we've been looking at it upside down. When you read the Kabbalah, read Metu Netter, your sphere, your root chakra sphere is rooted in the cosmos. All right? When you root yourself in the cosmos, you always have abundance. You always have wealth. Things always come to you easily. You speak it, it comes to you. It's some energy out here that's going to tell you otherwise. And some of them going to have tarot cards in their hand when they do it. Some of them going to have crystals in their hair when they do it. Some of them going to have tattoos and veves and ohms and chakras and shit on them when they do it. Watch these people and watch what come out their mouth and watch the attitude they have when they come out. Listen. Raise your vibration. Don't let these people out here tell you to come down to their comfort zone because you making them uncomfortable. We're not doing that. You know where you're supposed to be. You know where your priorities are. Don't let none of these people tell you different. Granted, they do have an audience. They do have a crowd. Everybody got their own community. Everybody got their own third house. You gonna get yours, baby. Keep evolving. And you already got yours. Why are you not paying attention to your own community? Anyway. So that's it for that part. So now we're gonna get into the actual actual factual, what the planets is doing. All right. So we dealing with the summer triangle right now. It's looking really pretty. That's what it looks like. From the Great Wall of China or whatever, what have you. You got the Vega star up here. The Vega star is like the star of the riches. Bringing you the things that you want. This is the star of the artist, the artistic star, at the top. So all my creators and things like that, this star is for you. If you want to start your triangle of what do you call it? The triangle of manifestation, you might want to start it with the Vega star. Now, Deneb El Jeldi is the star in the Capricorn constellation over here. This is the energy of happiness, blood vessels, and nerve connection. So this is the circulation star over here. So it's circulating what you're trying to create. All right. And then you have Altair over here. Altair is the star and the excuse me as I check my notes. I always be checking my notes, trying to double check myself, make sure I ain't making nothing up out my butt. Because that's never what I want to do. But this star is also another like another circulation star, kind of like you got like the what do you call it, the triangle with the cheerleading triangle. You got the two circulators at the bottom and you got the creator at the top, and that is our summer star. And it's keep going over, and then you'll start to see the constellation of Ophiuchus coming up underneath, creating a fourth star, like a rhombus type situation. And Ophiuchus is the energy of health, of intellect, as it's in alignment in between Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. So, summer triangle. So this is another summer triangle. You got Vega up here in the Lyra star. That's the music and all of that, the creative energy. You got Deneb over here, and you got Altair over here. So that's the triangle. All right. And then you'll see the Ophiuchus star, start to rise to create a rhombus type situation going on. Now, from the second to the fourth, the full moons that we had, this was the pathway of the moon. It was going higher and higher. We did have the moon being the closest to the earth on that day. We call that. Why is y'all up in my inbox right now? I got office hours. It's like, nah, I love y'all though. This is the smallest distance to the earth, which is like a phelion. And it just keeps moving further and further. We did have that conjunction and minimal angle with Saturn. The moon was also in alignment with the summer triangle as well, which was cool. So yeah. And the fourth we hear, and that's when on the fourth, that's when the moon and Neptune was in conjunction and minimal angle. If y'all want to look back on some Sankofa and think about things. Now on the 8th and 9th, which is tonight, yesterday night and tonight, this is the direction that we had of the moon. The moon and Jupiter were in alignment during the Lion's Gate situation. And then, we see the moon depleting more. Now tonight we had the moon next to Pleiades, which is the energy of that's in the Taurus constellation. That's giving off the energy of excuse me. Where'd my notes go? Pleiades is the seven sisters, and it just deals with how you deal with wounds. Like, they're like the mourning sisters or whatever. So today, some people's wounds might be on the forefront. I know mine was. I ain't appreciated. So, on Monday, we had the half moon around Jupiter. I really like these visuals. They look so cool. That's the moon over here. That's Jupiter over here. This is the moon. That's Jupiter. You probably seen a pretty shiny star. You're like, oh, what's that? You cute. Jupiter is a big white star. And then, on Monday, Saturn's moons was doing a thing. If you guys, telescope watchers, you guys would have been able to catch the moons. You can't see the moons on Saturn with the telescope. Then Pleiades over here looking pretty. Pleiades was at midheaven, So tonight on today, August 9th. Today is August 9th. Oh, it's 2:22, y'all. So August 9th, we start off the day with a 43% waning crescent moon. So we're still in the moon of cleansing. Right now we're cleansing our physical things, non-physical things at the moment. All right. The moon rising at 12:02 a.m. and setting at 3:17 p.m. We're in the Taurus zodiac in the first house, so we're in temperament with it. The sun is rising at 6:05 a.m. and setting at 8:04 p.m. The moon and Uranus will be in conjunction at 8:33 p.m. The moon will be 1.7 degrees north, minimal angle at 7:56 p.m. The moon will be 1.6 degrees north northwest, and we'll be able to observe that actually right now at 12:46 a.m. with a 3.7 degree northeast separation. So if you go outside right now and you see a big star next to the moon, that's Uranus. The moon and Pleiades are conjunction at 9:36 a.m. this morning. The moon will be 1.6 degrees south, minimal angle at 10:38 a.m. The moon will be 1.6 degrees south southeast, and we'll be able to observe that at 4:58 a.m. with a 2.9 degree south southwest separation. This is Pleiades, little pretty star cluster right here. The AM visibility of Cancer will begin. It's still not invisible at night, but you'll definitely be able to see it like around dusk or dawn. Mercury will have the largest evening elongation, so the angle between Mercury and the Earth and stuff, that'll happen at 9:37 p.m. Mercury will be 27 degrees east southeast. That's observed at 8:40 p.m. tonight. It's called dichotomy, astronomically speaking. And then the evening visibility of Pisces begins tonight too. August 10th, we'll start the day off at a 33% waning crescent moon. Still in the moon of cleansing our non-physical things. Moon rising at 12:38 a.m. and setting at 4:22 p.m. We will be in the Gemini zodiac with it in the second house of possessions. That energy being ruled by Gemini as well. It's your neighbors and stuff. The sun rising at 6:05 a.m. and setting at 8:03 p.m. The moon and Aldebaran will be in conjunction at 5:52 a.m. The moon will be 8.7 degrees north. Mercury will be as long as distance to the sun at 2:25 p.m., which is called aphelion, astronomically speaking. Pisces Australians will reach the end of their activity. That's the meteor shower we have coming from the Pisces constellation. The asteroid Eunomia will slide through Sagittarius on this evening, and because Sagittarius is in our midheaven, you'll be able to see that asteroid. So be on the lookout. Hygeia will be at the highest point in the sky in Aquarius as well at midnight, so you'll be able to see the asteroid Hygeia as well, and that'll be visible between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. And then you'll be able to catch the. Actually, I saw the respective colors of the summer triangle tonight, with the blue and white stars and the Capella being the yellow stars. So I was able to see that tonight. I don't have a moon in my sky over here in Jersey, getting in the way of things. So, but here you could see, the moon around Uranus, tonight, later on tonight or whatever, it gets closer and closer, and then you have, our star cluster M45 over here as well. This is where Mercury will be over here, which is like the longest, elongation, the angle between, Earth, Sun, and Mercury. And then you'll be able to see, Leo and Mars and them on the ecliptic. We got Virgo over here, Virgo constellation, Leo constellation. From the 12th to the 14th, this is the pathway of the moon. We have the moon, being far and up and then coming closer and closer to us as it gets into the new moon phase. It'll be going through our Castor and Pollux Abeji twins. So August 11th, we'll start off the day at a 24% waning crescent moon, still in that moon of cleansing. 1:20 a.m., 5:21 p.m. is the rise and set. We'll be in that Gemini zodiac, third house of the community and communication, and I'll be in the Gemini constellation as well, as you can see with that moon. We'll be able to spot the asteroid C2023 E1 Atlas traveling through Cygnus on that day as well. On August 12th, we'll be at a 16% waning crescent moon. The moon rising at 2:09 a.m. and setting at 6:13 p.m. Now we'll be in the Cancer zodiac, so we'll be going inward with this cleansing in our thought process and our maternal home and family. We'll be in the third house with it, communicating, doing the abracadabras in that realm. The sun rising at 6:07 a.m. and setting at 8 p.m. The moon in Tejas posterior will be at minimal angle on that day at 2:54 a.m. The moon will be 4.9 degrees conjunction at 4:07 a.m. The moon will be 5 degrees north, and we'll be able to observe that at 3:14 a.m. with a 4.9 degree separation. I'm sorry. So Tejas posterior is the star that's in the eye of Cancer. This gives off the energy of, I'm sorry, not the eye of Cancer. It's located in the back foot of the Gemini twin. Excuse me. This gives off the energy of Mercury and Venus. All right. It's energy protection. It rules over the hands, arms, and shoulders. So if you have any issues with that energy, this is the day to do some yoga, some stretches on that, etc., etc. The max north declination of the moon will be at 3:33 a.m. at that day on August 12th. As you can see up here, this is the maximum north declination, and then you'll see the moon start getting closer and closer through the Gemini twins. Now on August 13th, we start off the day off at a 10% waning crescent moon, still in that moon of cleansing the intangible things. The moon rising at 3:04 a.m. and setting at 6:57 p.m. Still in that space of home and family, maternal energy with the Cancer, third house, communication and community. The sun rising at 6:08 a.m. and setting at 7:59 p.m. The moon and Castor will be at minimal angle. That's the Gemini twin over here. Um, I'll be at 10:54 a.m. The moon will be 5.3 degrees south southwest. Conjunction at 2:58 p.m. 2:28 p.m. The moon will be 5.6 degrees south. Observe at 5:24 a.m. with a 6 degrees south southwest separation. The best visibility of our Earth shining the moon will be just before sunrise, and that's when you'll see like that full moon looking space where this will be kind of blue on the other side, and so that's just the sun casting Earth shadow onto the moon to make it look full. Castor is the mortal twin. Castor gives off the energy of honor, intellect, and things like that. Mercury and Mars will be at minimal angle on that day too at 5:39 a.m. Mars is the energy of circulation. Mercury is the energy of intellect and communication. So, hey, there's going to be a very good thinking day. Thinking day on August 13th, y'all. Have a brain dump that day. Minimal angle happening. Mercury will be 4.7 degrees west southwest of Mars. Venus will be at inferior conjunction, which means it will be between Earth and the Sun at 7:10 a.m. Venus will be 7.7 degrees south southwest. So you got a nice little triangle between the Earth materializing Jeb, Venus Ocean, and Orumila, the Sun. Um, Venus will be the smallest distance to the Earth at 11:06 a.m. So that's a nice day to get in tune with your vibrations, your wealth, and emotions. Perseus will reach the max activity that day. Oh, I want to be outside that Sunday so badly. I want to see that. Perseus moves at 100 an hour. You hearing me? And that's coming from the Perseus constellation up here near the Aries energy and all of that. And then you got Uranus and Jupiter over here doing a dance near Pleiades. It's a great time. I can't wait. Um, yes, the Perseus meteor shower. It's peak. And it's gonna be, and we're really gonna be able to see it because think about it, we're gonna be close to a new moon. Our moon ain't really gonna be there, so usually the moon be blotting out the meteor showers, being a little spotlight hog, but we're not gonna have that. So I'm excited. And this is the crescent moon near the Gemini twins, which is cool. I really like these visuals; they look cool. Now August 14th, let's get into it. We have a 3% waning crescent moon, the moon rising at 4:04 a.m. and setting at 7:34 p.m. We are going to be in the Leo zodiac energy in the fourth house in Cancer. So, again, straddling between the father, the mother, the inner and outer, the left and right, all that fun stuff. The sun rising at 6:09 a.m. and setting at 7:57 p.m. The moon will be, South Pole will be tipped into view at 1:45 a.m. So, you'll be able to catch like some craters of the moon. I believe one is X and one is V. The moon and Pollux will be in conjunction at 7:26 p.m. The moon will be 2.5 degrees south, minimal angle at 6:07 p.m. The moon will be 2.4 degrees south southwest, and we'll be able to observe that at 4:17 a.m. with a 6.4 degree east southeast separation. So we'll still be in the Gemini constellation. Pollux is the immortal twin who's rash. The evening visibility of Mercury will begin, as well as the evening visibility of Neptune. So you'll be able to see those planets for my sky watchers out there. Peace, peace. The moon and Persepi will be in conjunction at 8:57 p.m. The moon will be 3 degrees north, minimal angle at 10:08 p.m. The moon will be 2.9 degrees north northeast, and no, it will be not visible. So the moon will be moving kind of fast between Pollux and Persepi because Persepi is a star in the Cancer constellation. This is located at the head of the crab. And this gives off the energy of Mars and the moon, which is like the spirit of the ancestors, but it's kind of like that disgrace, disease. Like, I don't really like it here. It's like the anger energy of the ancestors. The globular cluster M15 will reach its highest point in the sky. For my sky watchers, you'll be able to see that beautiful cluster, and that is coming from the Pegasus constellation. Um, and then the Sagittarius constellation Teapot will tilt west. So you see Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius right here, looking real sexy. Like this is the Teapot constellation. I actually saw the Teapot constellation like today. I was on the porch before I started the. I was on the porch before I started this. In my feelings, I was looking at the stars, asking the stars for shit. But you'll see the Teapot going more and more, west. That way and tipping while houses does it because everything is moving at the same time, and that's a good time. August 15th, now we're at a 1% waning crescent moon. The moon rising at 5:06 a.m. and setting at 8:03 p.m. will be in the Leo zodiac, fourth house Cancer, ruling that fourth house of home and family. The sun rises 6:10 a.m. and setting at 7:56 p.m. The Alpha Capricornates from the Cornucopias constellation will reach the end of activity. That one was a small one. I think it was only like one or two hour or whatever. Not even. I think it was like 5. And then the messier object 2 is going to be placed at the highest point of the sky. It'll be visible around midnight. And then with a moonless sky that night, because we'll be close. Because by the end of the night, we'll be close to the new moon. You can catch the Milky Way objects. So these are all the Milky Way objects you'll be able to see. You'll be able to start to see like stars you never noticed before. You'll start to see like the whole Milky Way situation in the sky. Looks like a nice little butt crack. And then August 16th, we are officially at a 0% waxing crescent moon. So our new moon is going to be, well, we start the new moon in waning on the 15th, towards the end of the evening, but we are officially in the new moon and waxing. So we are starting this phase in building. All right. Keep that in mind. We're not cleaning this new moon. Y'all be getting stuff backwards because y'all don't be paying attention to astronomy. There, you got to have a balance of the science and the art. New moons are not always about cleaning. Some new moons is about building. This one is about building. We're going to be at a 0% waxing crescent moon. So we're building, y'all. The moon rising at 6:08 a.m. and setting at 8:29 p.m. will be in the Leo energy fourth house Cancer. So we're building with our mind in this realm, aligning the left and right mind, the logical, spiritual Fibonacci happening here. The sun will be rising at 6:11 a.m. and setting at 7:55 p.m. The new moon will be at 5:39 a.m. The moon will be between the sun and earth and no will not be visible, of course. The moon will also be the furthest distance to the earth at this time at 8:30 a.m., which is called apogee, the evening visibility of the moon. So by that night, we'll start to see the moon again. The moon and Regulus will be in conjunction at 6:02 p.m. The moon will be 3.3 degrees north, minimum angle at 8:45 p.m. The moon will be 2.9 degrees north northeast. And again, no, it will not be invisible because we are still in the new moon energy. Regulus is the brightest object in the Leo constellation. It's actually a binary star. It's 4 stars grouped together in 2 pairs. This is a royal star. It's associated with glory, riches, power. It's a royal star. So this is a good time to like manifest the things you really want. As far as like royalty speaking, of riches and all that stuff, with all that might and all that heart. August 17th, we have a 2% waxing crescent moon. Now we're in the moon of building on intangibles. The moon rising at 7:09 and setting at 8:51 p.m. We are in the Virgo zodiac energy with it in the fourth house of home and family, that Leo energy on it still. The sun rising at 6:12 a.m. and setting at 7:53 p.m. Deneb El Jeldi will be opposite the sun at 7:20 p.m. So Deneb El Jeldi would be at the best visibility of the year. So for those of you guys who like to call on the stores in the Capricorn, especially my Capricorn risings and suns and all that, this is the time for you guys to go look at that star and say, hey, this is what I need. Now, Deneb El Jeldi is located at the tail of the goat. This gives off the energy of Saturn and Jupiter being dignified, conservative, and pious. We know Saturn and Jupiter is like the good cop, bad cop energy, both giving you the challenges and stuff that you need to expand yourself. This also deals with the blood vessels and nerve connections. So being having awareness of that as well. Now, August 18th, we are at a 5% waxing crescent moon, still in that moon of building the intangibles. The moon rising at 8:10 a.m. and setting at 9:11 p.m. We are in the Virgo zodiac in the fourth house with Leo. The sun rising at 6:13 a.m. and setting at 7:52 p.m. The moon and Mercury will be at conjunction at 6:07 a.m. The moon will be 6.6 degrees north. Uranus will be the best visibility of the year. So if you're feeling rebellious, August 18th is the day to do it. The Kappa Cygnets will reach their max activity, which is like 3 an hour, and that's coming from the Cygnus constellation. For my sky watchers out there, the best visibility of Earthshine on the moon will be just after dusk. The moon and Mars will be at minimal angle at 9:53 p.m. The moon will be 1.1 degrees north northeast. Conjunction will occur at 8:47 p.m. The moon will be 1.2 degrees north, and we'll be able to observe that at 8:33 p.m. with a 1.3 north degree separation. So the moon and Mars being together is pretty cool because you'll find circulation and intelligence. Emotional intelligence should definitely come and play with that alignment. The sun and Lilith will be both be at 29 degrees. So triggers in your simulation is heavy that day. Use that Mars and moon connection when the sun and Lilith is on your spirit. So when you feel yourself being triggered that day in your constellations, tap in for that emotional intelligence, y'all. I'm telling you, 29 degrees is a very difficult degree to be in. That's the in between change in the channels. The sun will be entering Leo constellation that day at 11 p.m. I don't know about y'all, but I've been very much in tune with the Vedic more than the tropical lately. Because usually I'll be like, yeah, it's Leo season, gang, gang, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel that. I still feel Cancer. My vibration is like, no, we going inward. We dealing with the home and family. I'm dealing with my maternal energy, the maternal energy around me, my personal maternal energy, the mothers around me. Like, I'm just still feeling Cancer. I think that my Vedic chart is just, is here. It's taking over. And I'm cool with it, so we'll hopefully by the 18th I'm gonna be in Leo vibes because this Cancer energy just got me going in and in and in. And then August 19th we'll be at a 10% waxing crescent moon, still in the moon of building the intangibles or whatever. The moon rising at 9:09 a.m. and setting at 9:31 p.m. will be in the Libra zodiac energy in the fifth house Virgo energy over that, analyzing, communicating, invoking the inner child energy and finding balance and harmony with that, right? The sun rising at 6:14 a.m. and setting at 7:50 p.m. Now, the moon and Parima are going to be a minimal angle at 4:21 a.m. The moon will be 1.8 degrees south southwest. Conjunction at 5:24 a.m. The moon will be 2 degrees south, and we'll be able to observe that at 9:11 p.m. with a 4.6 degree west separation. Now, even though we're in the Libra zodiac, we're still in the Virgo constellation. Parima is the star of prophecy. So having y'all premonitions and stuff on that day come to you easily. My readers, y'all gonna have the downloads that day, August 19th. Get ready. Not 19 is a good number. That's born knowledge. So here for it. Mars is entering the Virgo constellation on that day on the Vedic chart at 3:30 p.m. So feeling that circulation and things like that in your mind, as well as Virgo rules over the gut as well. Take care of your gut health. Hopefully y'all been fasting and stuff like that because Mars is, the gut area and stuff like that. Make sure y'all fasting and preparing yourself for Virgo because Virgo is a nervous energy. And if your gut ain't right, that Mars entering Virgo energy is going to beat y'all ass. So you want to be careful with that, especially if your monthly is due around that time as well. Um, on the 20th is when Lilith enters the Leo constellation. So you'll have Lilith being locked in on the Leo zodiac as well as the constellation on that day. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. Now here we got the August 18th. You got a nice little triangle between your emotions, your circulation, and your intellect here, you know. And then Spica out here being real pretty in the Virgo constellation. I love seeing Spica. That's the Virgo in me. Um, and the more you learn about the stars, the more the stars will reveal itself to you in the sky. I don't know, for some of you guys that have been following me for these past, few years or whatever. I don't know if y'all noticed that, y'all can see, because I know I noticed that the more I've expanded myself in the stars, the more the stars reveal themselves to me, the more I can see and identify, and I think that's really dope. Um, Again, you got the summer triangle here with Deneb, Altair, and where is Vega? Vega's probably somewhere up here somewhere. And you have these energies, Neptune, Saturn creating a line with, you can go down as far as the moon here, or Neptune, Saturn, and Deneb. You could have, that straight line. Straight lines is like the magic wand if you want to do that spell work. And then the 29th and the 30th. So we got a blue moon this month, y'all. So we got 2 full moons this month. We just had one, last week, and we got another one coming. So the 29th, we got the full moon over here, Saturn over here, and then the 30th. So we're going again another time with Saturn because this last full moon was around Saturn too. So that's pretty cool. The moon is mooning. Now, if you guys want to follow Eunomia, our asteroid, this is the flow of Eunomia from August 1st to the 30th in our skies in the Sagittarius constellation realm, as well as other, asteroid objects in our sky. So if you see a brighter star in the sky, that's where it is. This is the direction of Comet Hartley, going through our sky through the Perseus constellation. So you might see this comet around the meteor showers, the direction that the meteor showers are coming from, or Cassiopeia, which is kind of mid-heavenish. And this is the moon calendar, so you see how we started the full moon, and we got the new moon around the 16, 17, 18th round. Well, these 4 days pretty much. And then, we got these are the 5 darks of night. I don't know if y'all been present during the Sunday school, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll notice the 5 nights of darkness. That's when Newt is allowed to give birth during this time towards the stars. So around this time is when you're going to see a lot of stars, right? And then this is the planetarium situation. Over here we got the astronomical darkness. And just to remind y'all, August 26th is the Cosmic Nobodies Convention. I'm very excited. This Wednesday, we're going to be doing the Mo Bites to Niggas episode of Virgo Virgin Talk. We missed this last Sunday. We will be in alignment this Wednesday. Virgos on a Wednesday is a good time. And then on Sunday, we're doing the Pathway to Sovereignty episode, which I'm very excited about because I've been doing my homework these past few weeks for myself. So I got a lot to share that episode. I'm excited about this episode too. I've been spiraling doing my homework and stuff like that. So I'll see y'all tomorrow night on this live. Just know that we're doing our season finale at the Cosmic Nobodies Convention. Historic leaders today. We still have some spaces open on the panel if y'all interested. We still have some spaces open to be a part of the Flatter Battle Workshop if y'all bars are strong enough to uplift your opponent. And of course, we got the Cosmic Nobodies Award. I'm not announcing the winners until the actual day. So if y'all biting y'all nails, y'all gonna keep biting y'all nails. We do still have vending spaces and workshop spaces open as well. And if you guys would like some one-on-one readings, you can follow me on Patreon, especially if you guys become a Patreon, you'll be entitled to, monthly readings, in alignment with the transit chart. So when I do my planetary forecast, I will also do your monthly reading in alignment with the forecast if you become a Patreon. However, if you just want, random, not random, but if you just want a one-on-one, chart reading, I do a number of charts from your tropical, your Vedic, your progressives, or your draconic charts. I do numerology charts. I combine all the charts. Whatever you want, hit me up. We start off with a consultation meeting to see what you need. I do have a background in psychology, so I perform these readings in a nice. I perform the consultations and the clarity therapy minutes thereafter, and a nice motivational therapy session / art therapy session. For every reading you get from me, you do get free therapy minutes. If you would like to engage in therapy instead, which I personally prefer for you and me, I focus on each quadrant of your chakras, how we did this in the reading. We did the feminine, masculine, feminine. So every session will be, okay, today we're going to focus on the Aquarius, and then today we're going to focus on this. And then, so like, I prefer to do that because that actually, that allows you to comb through your charts really how you're supposed to do, and in a motivational therapy setting. Because I know after I do readings, you guys be having so many questions and stuff like that. And I just be want to help y'all. That's all. And so if you guys are interested in having any type of music videos, trailers, any type of anything, if you guys need advertising created or radio play, reach out to my brother Naganetter. He has nagging at a radio station. He's heard globally. Honestly, he has a nice platform. Every time I run into somebody, they say, "Yeah, have you talked to Naga?" I'm like, "Yo, all of y'all know this dude. That's crazy. I love that." So I love to see how our connection, how we're becoming more and more interconnected, and we creating our own constellations. This brother is definitely a bright star in a constellation. He is a binary star, triple regulus type energy over here. So if you want anything creative, if you want to be on his streaming platform, reach out to Naganatter. He's a wonderful brother. Cosmic Nobody's University is coming. I'm so grateful. I have aligned with Spiritual Baddies University on Facebook. If you guys have not joined the Spiritual Baddies University group on Facebook, please join. That's a beautiful edification group. That is where I'll be teaching my courses. I have a whole syllabus made. Y'all gonna learn a little bit of everything that's in my brain, and I'm gonna be doing it through the Spiritual Baddies University, and that's where it's gonna be at. I'm also incorporating Cosmic Nobody's University in the Elite Motivation Group, so that's another thing. Cosmic Coven, if you guys are interested, I am doing interviews. We're doing off-grid living in Arizona, working on it. I'm very, very picky and intentional with the energy that I'm bringing into my personal space, because this land is supposed to be my space of peace. So, but we are opening up interviews if anybody's interested. So, thank you guys for tapping in with me. That is the end of our planetary forecast, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the astronomical updates. I miss doing those. And I just haven't been happy with seeing my face on the camera. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been on some cancer shit, y'all. That's why y'all don't see my face now. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna do my hair. That's on my side. I was like, I need to do my hair, or do my eyebrows or something. That's all. I just gotta feel better by myself. I don't feel good. I've been wearing